It is Captain Foley here to talk about the YouTubers that I watch. I got a pretty comprehensive list. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Let's get some people in here. Hit that like button if you haven't already, though. Let's see what we've got going on. Okay, boom, boom. All right. Problem is, I'm gonna have to keep switching between the chat window and my list. Let's just try something here. Hold on. Oops. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the chat. Jay is here. Preston M. Project Achieva. A what hangout? The YouTubers I watch. Last night people were, well, I've had the question asked to me a few times which YouTubers I watch. And somebody mentioned it last night, and I'm like, I have a list for that. So we're going to talk about YouTubers and some of the people that I watch. Yeah. Everybody hit that like button. Do it now. Do it while you still have time. You watch the Stuart Captain Foley personal channel yourself. Do you really? Well, that's impressive. I wouldn't watch that guy. Hey, Wayne. I also have an adult beverage. And it's going to be $25 super chats if anybody wants to. Actually, no, just $20. Just do it $20. $20 shots for super chats. And it is, of course, my Crown Royal Peach tonight. So, could be a good night. Crown Royal Peach. Peach. No. Capitalize that. Dumbass. There we go. Ocean Liner Designs. Yeah, he's not on my list because I only added him a short time ago. But, yeah, make sure you hit that like button, guys. Still haven't watched the live breakdown. Long day at work as well. Oh, well. Hopefully you enjoy it. All right. Oh, and Sylvia has agreed. This weekend, at some point, we are going to be doing a live, just her and myself, and we're going to be answering your questions. I think we'll probably do it in the style of truth or drink, where anybody that super chats in a question, we have to answer it truthfully, or if we don't want to answer it truthfully, we take a drink. So it should be interesting, and probably be high on mushrooms, just saying, to start off. So it'll be interesting to do that. That'll be sometime this weekend. I'm not sure if it's tomorrow or Sunday, but I will schedule it a little bit ahead of time so you guys know. But if you guys want to see me hanging out with Sylvia, having a good time, there you go. How have you been, Cap? I've been good, Jay. How have you been? I haven't heard from you in a long time. Hope you are doing well. Project Achieva. I was going to watch the breakdown now, but you are live. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your evening. I can end the live now. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning up. Please hit that like before you leave, though, and we'll do this some other night. All thanks to Project Achieva. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. SC Scout Guy, last day of school before Christmas break. That means no Carline for me. God, I hate Carline. What's Carline? Captain, did you watch the Case Railway videos on my channel? Just wondering. No, I didn't. Sorry. I got a little sidelined last night, so. New Yorker in Vegas. Happy Friday, Captain. How goes it? It goes well, my friend. How are you? Hope you are well as well, also. Yeah. Jay, oh, you're doing so-so. That's... Come see, come sa. Not so good, not so bad. I don't like that answer. I hope you'll be doing better. Oh well. I'm well excited for that. Star Trek Las Vegas will be back in the Rio next year. Yes, Rio's great for Star Trek Las Vegas. SC Scout Guy, I have to wait in a line of cars outside of the school to pick up my kids. We call it the car line in the States. Okay, first time I'm ever hearing that, so. Cap, did you see the 3 seconds of every TNG video? Negatory. Negatory. All right, so let's get on to the topic at hand. Yeah, if you guys want a super chat, I do have my trusty Crown Royal Peach here with me. So we're going to talk about some YouTubers that I watch and or have watched or subscribed to, or maybe don't watch so much anymore, or what their channel's about. Just so you guys can get a feel for kind of what's going on there. Yeah, so we'll start off the list. This is in no particular order, by the way. First on the list is PewDiePie. Now, PewDiePie, most of you probably know who he is or have heard about him. He was the most subscribed to YouTuber on YouTube at one point until an Indian company overtook him. Can't remember now. Anyway, PewDiePie, interesting content, and he's got 2 pugs. Can't go wrong with 2 pugs. Him and his wife Marcia. Yes, he's done controversial stuff. Yes, he was kind of an idiot when he was younger. I wasn't into that when he was younger, but lately I've been. Will you share your favorite ASMR channels? I might. We'll see. But yeah, PewDiePie is just one I tune into every once in a while. He hasn't been in my suggested feed for quite a while now, but he does a lot of regular content. Yes, he's kind of an idiot sometimes, but I find him amusing. I like the guy. What can I say? Very successful guy. So I don't know how I'm going to structure this because I got to go back and read the chat and stuff, and I don't know if this is going to work out so great, but that's okay. Hey Chuck, how's it going? Jay Leno's Garage, I also watched that, yes. So PewDiePie is the first one I'm just gonna throw out there. It was the first one that came to mind. Second is Joe Scott, or it's also called Answers with Joe, and he does really fantastic videos. He kind of fills you in on a particular topic of history or strange facts. Very well put together channel, very fun to listen to. So Joe Scott, also known as Answers with Joe, I suggest checking him out also. Also, if you guys want to let me know if any of the ones I'm mentioning are ones you've watched or listened to, that would be great also. And going right along with that, Jay Leno's Garage, I also watch Knight Rider Historians. Fantastic channel talking about the history of Knight Rider, talking about each of the cars that were used in each episode, reviewing each episode. They do a really fantastic job. Plus, they own one of the screen used cars and the truck, the mobile base, I guess, if you will, for Kit. Really good guys, really great channel. So, hey, Sci-Fi Nation, how's it going? Tom Scott on YouTube, so I'll have to check out Joe Scott now. I don't know if they're related. I don't know if they do the same content, but Next up on the list is AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd. If you guys haven't watched him, I don't know what's wrong with you. He's been around forever as well. Fantastically funny videos and skits, although there was a little dip in quality at one point, and everybody points that out. But he was the angry Nintendo nerd at one point. Then came the Angry Video Game Nerd. He's done his own movie. He's got a great theme song. So you guys must know about the Angry Video Game Nerd. Come on now. If you're not aware, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, great channel, great content. Always makes me laugh. He's a little bit offensive as far as his swearing goes, but that's all right. He just says some really stupid things. Like, I'd rather have a diarrhea. I'd rather eat diarrhea barf and whatever. Just stupid shit. So, yeah, I have watched him for years. Yes, content is epic, yes. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. It's going to be a weird structured video, and I apologize. One way to guarantee that I do see your message, though, is to super chat, because I am skipping back and forth between screens here, so I can't see all the chat. So if I miss your comment, I apologize. But yeah, I'll be checking back on the chat occasionally. And if you have any questions about any of these, or the ones that you watch, please let me know that you watch them, or that you have watched them in the past, or you're aware of them, or whatever. I would really like to hear what you guys think about them. So next up is Channel Awesome, with Doug Walker and company. Tamara Chambers. I really love Tamara. She's really sweet. I follow her on Twitter as well. But yeah, Channel Awesome, or the Nostalgia Critic, is fantastic. I know there's a lot of controversy around them as well at one point, and seems like a lot of the good YouTubers have controversy surrounding them sometimes. So, but I really enjoy Doug Walker's stuff. Some of it's not funny. Some of it's not as funny as he thinks it is, but it is what it is. So yeah, some of their skits aren't funny either. Some of their shows are misses, honestly, but overall I kind of appreciate the way that he not only reviews old movies that are bad, but also like breaks them down and has a message at the end. Like, this might not be the best movie, but the special effects are nice, or whatever. He's always got a positive thing to say at the end. So I do really enjoy Doug Walker for that, and the Channel Awesome guys. So let me just sit back to the chat here and see what you guys are saying. Wayne Zachary says, I watch Steve Shives and Trek Culture when I'm not watching Trekyards. Yeah, I watch both Steve Shives and Trek Culture. Love those guys. His ET game review is hilarious for AVGN, yeah. The fans have brought the Ares class into FASA. I'd like to see how it fares in there. Oh, that's cool. My favorite YouTube channels are Trekyards, Matrix Lord 212, and Just Some Reactions. Haven't heard of those last two. Bald and Bankrupt is good. Haven't heard of that one either. Okay, so next up is Red Letter Media. Jay, Rich. I can't think of the other guy's name. Jay, Rich. Anyway, Red Letter Media. You guys all know them and love them. Plinkett. Is it Mike? Jay, Rich, and Mike. Yeah. Funny guys. Sometimes I think that they take things a little too far. I do love their Best of the Worst series. I think it is probably one of their best series, honestly. The Black Spine editions are always the best. Mike Stokely, yeah. Thank you. Got some good guest stars sometimes. I mean, they've had Macaulay Culkin. They've had some directors. They do really funny content. Rich Evans gets a little irritating sometimes, especially when he laughs. I would not want to go to a movie in a theater with him and have him laugh like that. That would just embarrass the shit out of me. But honestly, the guys are really funny. They're very clever and talented. They know what they're talking about when it comes to movies generally. Even Mike and Rich's Star Trek reviews are pretty on the nose. They know their stuff fairly well, I would say. But sometimes they just don't know what the fuck they're talking about or don't understand something, and it's kind of irritating to watch. But hey, it is what it is. So they got series like I said, Best of the Worst with the Black Spine edition, The Wheel of Misfortune, Half in the Bag, a bunch of other shit, honestly, and their movie Space Cop. So yeah, Red Letter Media is a must watch, I think. I feel like Mike and Captain could remake Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah. Now, Diamond Bolt is my next one. Let's see, is there a way? There is a way I can do that, but how do I do that? Hold on, I just want to look something up real quick. Screen, iPad. Open an app, slide one finger up in the bottom edge of the screen until the dock appears. Touch and hold the second app in the dock, okay. It's not really working. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Just 1 second here, guys. Okay, hold on. That might work. Oh, okay, yeah. Split screen, there we go. That's one. Split view, all right, that's cool. And then that one. Perfect, that works. Figured it out, all right. Captain's Black Widow, it's just, this is pink lemon. It's not THC or anything. Captain Casey Stewart, I watched Trekyards, Captain Foley, Pulsion, VFX, I watched them as well. Ocean Liner Design, I watched that as well. CWmoine, yes, absolutely. Make them tell you no. Knight Rider Historians, Growling Sidewinder. Growling Sidewinder is great. Did you see his P-51 Mustang versus the F-22? Fantastic. And ETN, Entertainment Talk Nation. Red Letter Media has a cameo in the new video game High on Life. Oh. I'm happy Camping with Steve Wallace is back, my fave. Next to Trekyards. Yeah, I've been watching Steve Wallace for a long time, and it's very sad what happened. His wife just passed away. I haven't seen any of his new stuff since then, though, so I didn't know that he was back making videos. So, Anyway, next on the list I said was Diamond Bolt. I haven't watched Diamond Bolt in a long time. Diamond Bolt is a younger guy from, I believe he's in Australia. He does a lot of Transformers videos and talks about older shows like that as well. He knows his Transformers lore pretty well, so that's mainly why I watch him. But he also does reviews of like Asylum movies and stuff like that. So yeah, haven't watched him in a long time though. I don't know why he hasn't come up in my feed. Next up is Game Chasers. Yeah, Game Chasers, what can be said? Game Chasers have been around forever. Really good show to watch. I really enjoy it. They have a spin-off show called Toy Chasers as well. Really enjoy their content. Billy is like my favorite. Jay, not so much. And then you got the other ones. I'm just drawing blanks on everybody's name right now. I don't understand why, but yeah, Game Chasers is really fun. They go out and look at flea markets and stores and like video game stores, garage sales, looking for old video games, and also retro toys and things. Melvor, that's the other guy. There's a few other ones too, but anyway, sometimes they get a little much for me, honestly. But they are coming out with a movie. They are also making a movie, which I actually backed them on Indiegogo, or was it GoFundMe? I can't remember for the movie. So I'll be getting that on DVD at some point. But yeah, Game Chasers is fun. It's very bingeable. I sat down and watched like all of their videos. I think twice now. Over the past couple of years, and just I'll see one pop up, I'll watch it, and then I'll just fall down that rabbit hole and watch them all. Good guys. Most of the time, they're pretty good guys. I love that Billy is a Star Trek fan. I hope he's aware of Trekyards. That's all I can say about that. Yeah, guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's see. Next up, obviously, is CinemaSins. No movie is without sin. Yeah, CinemaSins. What can be said? Everybody knows CinemaSins. Fantastic. A lot of people get all complainy about them though because it's not a critical movie review. They're just making fun of stuff. Yes, that's what it's for. They never claim to be a critical movie review. They're pointing out stupid things. So, and yeah, CinemaSins is great. Next up is Junkball Media. Now, a lot of you guys probably know about Junkball Media. That he also does Trek ships and stuff like that. He doesn't make very many or very often, but they are always entertaining. They're usually pretty short, but I love his graphics. I love the way he makes his videos, and I just hope to get as many views as him someday. New Yorker in Vegas, CinemaSins makes fun of themselves as much as they do the movies, yes. Next up is Minty Comedic Arts. Minty is an Australian guy. He always wears sunglasses, sits in front of nostalgic stuff on bookshelves, and says it basically does 10 things you didn't know about a particular movie or TV show. Again, very entertaining. He mispronounces a lot of things because he's Australian. It kind of drives me nuts. But I really enjoy Minty's videos. He comes up with some pretty creative stuff. And I do learn a lot watching his videos. Although I love it when it's like 10 things you didn't know about. And it's a movie that I'm very familiar with. And I'm like, I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. That I didn't know. I knew that. I knew that. But he always presents it very well. So, yeah. Good guy to watch. Captain, have you watched the guy who turned his Tesla into kit? Yes. I forget the name of his channel, but yes, I did. I am subscribed to him as well. The fuck is the name of his channel? Something Tech, I think. He's really good. His videos are amazing too. I love the way he edits his videos. Next on my list is Wavy Webster. Wavy Webster. That's one I haven't seen in a while. I just need to check something here. Wavy Webster. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Wavy Webster. Okay. This guy is really good. He basically talks about internet personalities, like YouTube personalities and such. What happened to them, what happened to their channels, mysteries surrounding what happened. I used to watch Star Trek Girl before she became a hippie and stopped posting. I used to watch Star Trek Girl all the time as well. She's one of the reasons that I created Trekyards. I actually saw her in 2013 at Star Trek Vegas before Trekyards even existed. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Star Trek Girl. And Sylvie's like, well, go talk to her, go say hi. And I'm like, we were sitting in the auditorium. She walked down the aisle and then she came back. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to bug her. And I didn't see her again. I wish I would have said hi to her. Since then, I have contacted her. She did a little clip for Kowalski on his Why We Love Star Trek, which we were also a part of, Samuel and myself. So as a result of that, I reached out to her and basically said, hey, are you aware of Trekyards? She's like, absolutely, I am. I'm like, cool. Well, you're one of the reasons this channel exists. And she's like, oh my God, that's sweet. I'm like, are you going to start posting Star Trek content again? Because I really miss your stuff. And she's like, nah, probably not anytime soon, if ever. And she doesn't go by the Star Trek girl anymore. She goes by Star Trek human. So, whatever. But yeah, she's always on my Twitter blowing it up about weed, and she works at a weed or a cannabis store. And yeah, so. But anyway, back to Wavy Webster. Again, I love his presentation of his videos. He always covers really cool stuff. And I love watching these channels that are about YouTubers and what happened to the YouTubers. Because I'm just wondering one day if there's going to be one about Trekyards. You know, like, Trekyards was a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And have this, like, hour-long thing talking about the rise and fall of Trekyards. And it was at 12-year mark when Samuel and Stuart had a falling out. It was over, blah, 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 blah. They haven't spoken to each other since. I don't know. But I always think that kind of stuff while watching these channels because, yeah. Anyway, so Wavy Webster, I would say check him out. Another one that's like him is Mr. Snowflake. Does the same kind of thing. He's a guy that wears a bag on his head with a snowflake on it. And he does the same thing. He deep dives into YouTubers' channels and follows their history and basically tells you their timeline, what happened to their channels, why they don't post anymore, or why they're still posting, but less frequently. It's really entertaining stuff, I find. Retro Recipes is a guy with Tesla. Oh, Retro Recipes is the Kit Tesla guy. Okay. What happened to Kowalski? Has it posted? I have no idea. Trekyards will never fail. Never fall. Yeah. Samuel Gill. Hello, Captain. If I don't talk to you before Christmas, I pray you and your family have the best. Thank you, Samuel, or Sam. Same to you. Hope you have a very safe and fun Christmas. Next up is Bionic Pig. Honestly, I haven't watched Bionic Pig in a long time. He's kind of a smaller channel. He used to work at Taco Bell, and he started a channel talking about just various stuff. Again, he does kind of wonky movie reviews. What else can I say about Bionic Pig? Not much. I mean, he's got some interesting characters in his videos. He plays all of the characters. But check out Bionic Pig. Next up is Joe Blow Videos. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Again, that's another whatever happened to, or what the fuck happened to this show, or whatever. And it talks about the history of a show, or the history of an entertainer, or an actor. Always very well done, very well put together, very well researched. Kind of goes through their full filmography and then tells you what they're up to now, currently. So, if you're into that kind of thing, I'm just saying. After that is Quentin Reviews. Now, Quentin is a very intelligent guy that does much of the same thing. He reviews different everything, not just movies, not just shows, but like things in pop culture. He has discussions on the weirdest stuff, but very interesting to listen to. Not very flashy or showy videos at all, but he's entertaining. So that's all you really need. Oh, next up is one of my favorites, and that's Ashens. I don't know if you guys know who Stuart Ashen is, but his channel's name is Ashens. He does all kinds of reviews. He has been doing this for, like, as far as I can tell, like more than 12 years. Got an ugly ass brown couch with his camera set up on in front of, and then he does reviews of like dollar store toys or unopened food stuff from like 11 years ago, and he taste tests stuff. Crosses over with a lot of other YouTubers and stuff. Also has done his own movies. He's got The Quest for the Game Child. He did the Polybius Heist, all of which I backed. I have the DVD set downstairs because it comes with The Fly on the Wall, which is the behind the scenes DVD, the Polybius Heist, and The Quest for the Game Child. Very funny guy. Basically a British comedian. But yeah, he reviews toys. He reviews, like I said, dollar store stuff. He always does Christmas stuff, the Christmas tat, as he calls it, from the Poundland and whatever. Same with Halloween stuff. Just very entertaining, fun to watch. And again, that's another rabbit hole I can jump down. Just keep watching video after video after video of his. So, Ron Phillips says, I watch some gaming families channels with my son. Huh, cool. Captain, have you ever watched the Nat channel? No, I don't think so. Ron Phillips says, oh, and if you like horror movies, watch Dead Meat with James A. Janice. I watch Dead Meat all the time. At least I used to. Again, that hasn't come up in my feed. YouTube's really notorious for, like, you watch something, you keep getting them recommended, and all of a sudden, they just disappear. And literally, sometimes you don't even realize it. And like 6 months later, you're like, I haven't seen any videos from him. And you go and look, and there's all these new videos that you missed out on. And it's like, fuck you, YouTube. That's why I like to tell everybody that's watching to make sure that they hit the bell notification to all. Doesn't really help, but it gives you a better chance of seeing all of our videos. So, yeah. All right, where are we? Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden is also a just basically a comedian. He goes on tour with. So there's Drew. There's 3 of them. All their own YouTube channels. A lot of the YouTube channels I don't know the names of necessarily because they keep coming up in my feed, so I just watch their videos. I can't remember. Drew Gooden is just a comedian, essentially. Does the same kind of stuff, reviews stuff. I guess review stuff is like the way to go on YouTube. The Critical Drinker. Most of you probably know The Critical Drinker. I love this guy. I love his accent. I love his attitude. I love his videos. I love the way he cuts the videos. I do not, and I want to emphasize this, I do not always agree with his opinion. As a matter of fact, I probably agree with his opinion 50 to 60% of the time. Other times I think he's a complete idiot. The message instead of woke. I prefer the message to woke, but he drills down on that kind of stuff, and it kind of gets irritating because I absolutely hate that kind of shit. But his videos are so entertaining, and he's so funny that I can't help but watch his channel, honestly. Critical Drinker is fun, for sure. That's all I've got for today. Go away now. That's how he ends every video. AKA the entire Fandom Menace channels. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't watch Midnight's Edge. I don't watch Doomcock. I don't watch Star Wars Girl. I don't watch a lot of that shit. Critical Drinker is like one of the few that I'll watch. Another one is RobotHead, which is later down on this list. But RobotHead does the same kind of thing. He just shit talks Kathleen Kennedy and Disney's take on Star Wars. Now, when something is good, he will admit that it's good. But he does super entertaining videos, and I can't help but watch him. I can't not watch his videos, even if I don't agree with half of what he's saying. It's just so well put together and so entertaining. It's like, I just won't like the video. I won't give it a thumbs up. I'll watch it, but, you know, it is what it is. Some people are just too entertaining and they're funny in their own little way, so I have to watch them, so. Eric in Vegas, what channels have you unsubscribed to keeping popping up in your feed? That's the funny thing. I've only unsubscribed from 2 channels in my entire time on YouTube. 3 actually. One was just for personal stalkery reasons. But 2 of them were bigger channels that I've unsubscribed from. Even if I don't like somebody, even if they putting out shit content or no content, I'll not go unsub from them. I think that's a childish fucking thing to do. It affects their numbers. It's not cool to do it. And maybe one day they'll put out a video I'll really enjoy. I subscribe to them for a reason, so I'm going to stay subscribed to people, whether I like them or not. And like I said, there were only... Ward Carroll's great. There are only 2 channels I unsubscribed from, and that's because one is a complete cunt and the other is just an ignorant idiot. So the first channel I unsubscribed from, which I wasn't subscribed to for very long, by the way, was Keemstar. Keemstar is just a cunt. He's just a fucking racist asshole cunt. I can't stand his content, his drama alert, whatever it is. I can't stand it. I can't stand him. So he got unsubbed from me. And next up was Doomcock. When I first started watching Doomcock, I kind of enjoyed his take on his humor and, you know, the Cthulhu thing, and I take you next overlord of the earth or whatever. It's like, that's kind of funny. That's amazing. And then rumor after rumor after rumor after rumor after hate. Even the good shit that was coming out, hate it. It's like, fuck off. So I just unsubscribed from Doomcock. I couldn't do it. I think those are the only ones I subscribed from. I won't tell you the third one because it's not important. But it was somebody that I had met in person. They watched our channel. He played some games with us occasionally on like Bridge Crew or whatever. And then he would get abusive and like say that we were cutting him out of the game, that we didn't want to play with him, that we didn't alert him that we were playing, whatever, when we did, you know, stupid shit like that. And he would be obsessive. He tried adding Sylvia to his Facebook. He tried going through friends of mine after I blocked him on Facebook. Tried going through friends to get messages to me. Just weird shit like that. I won't say who it is. It's not worth it. But anyway, so I just unsubbed from his channel. But not a big channel, so it's not a big deal. It's actually more of a big deal to him that I unsubbed. But yeah, I didn't do it out of, you know, any kind of malice or anything. It was just, I just got to unsub. Captain Casey Stewart says, did you watch the CWmoine? Mover watches Airwolf episodes. No. Mover ruins movies. Okay, as much as I like the guy, first of all, he didn't fly any good jets. He flew F-16s, which are Falcons, although they call them Vipers. Whatever. Here or there. I don't like the F-16. And he also flew F-18s. He didn't fly the F-14 or anything. He's not like Ward Carroll. Which I just watched a really cool Ward Carroll video, by the way, where he had an actual F-14 pilot that was in a few squadrons play the DCS simulator and fly the F-14. That was fantastic to watch. But no, I haven't watched his Mover Ruins movies on Airwolf. I don't like his attitude sometimes. I love the guy. Like, I'll keep watching him. But, I mean, he drives a Mustang, so I can't really, you know, it's like, But, sometimes his opinion is shit. Sometimes a game is a game. You need to let it go. You drill down on things that are like unrealistic, but it's a goddamn game. Anyway, Mover loves Airwolf, so he said he couldn't ruin Airwolf. It's too good. Yeah, he said the same thing about Iron Eagle. I can't ruin this movie. I'm sure he has something to say about a helicopter that goes Mach 1, or I think in season 2 it went Mach 2. I think he has something to say about that. But yeah, it's funny what he won't ruin because he loves it. Even when it's the same criticisms that are coming up about other shows. I don't know, I think that's kind of ridiculous, honestly. So, yeah, I love CWmoine, but I haven't watched much of his stuff lately either. Okay, stop fucking snoring. You're trying to piss me off. Ugh. Next up under critical drinker is RobotHead. This big like at foot comes in at the beginning of the video and crushes the. Yeah, he hates Kathleen Kennedy, but again, the guy is so fucking entertaining. His videos are so well put together. His sponsorship ads are fantastic. I just he's really enjoyable to watch, even though like I said, I don't agree with even close to half of what he says. But it's kind of my way of getting the information from the fandom menace without watching shit like Midnight's Edge and Doomcock and Nerdrotic. I am still subscribed to Nerdrotic, but I have not seen anything in his feed or my feed about him for years. So, yeah. Yeah. I thought you farted. See, that's what I hate. When there's a noise and it's like, huh, he farted. I didn't. I have fucking pugs, and fucking irritating. Yeah, I watch Mover and Ward Carroll for the F14 videos, also Growling Sidewinder. I also watch Growling Sidewinder. I think his videos are fantastic. Like I said, that last, or not the last one, but one of his last ones, the P-51 Mustang versus the F-22. I'm like, seriously? So I watched it, and yeah, the F-22 got its ass kicked twice. For different reasons, mind you, but... All right. Oh, that's my chair. The chair doesn't really squeak that bad. No, I got fucking pugs and a chihuahua down here all sleeping. And the pug has its fucking face. Come on now. Its face, like, buried into a blanket, so no wonder it can't breathe. Idiot dogs. Anyway. What is next? Triangulum Studios. Now, Triangulum Studios is another Star Trek channel that focuses on ships. And the guy actually lives very near to me. He lives in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, which is literally 45 minutes from here. Actually, further than that, about an hour. Good guy. I've talked to him a few times. I've never actually met him in person, which is odd considering how close we live to each other. But I haven't actually watched a Triangulum Studios video in a while. But he does really great content as well. But he's my competition. So I can't talk too much about him, otherwise you might go over there. I haven't watched the World War I biplane video yet. I was going to, and I was about to click it, and something came up, and I had to shut the thing off, and I just haven't gone back to watch it. Samuel Gill, just kidding, Captain Foley. I love the new Maverick Top Gun movie. How'd you like it? I liked it. It was a good sequel. I think it could have literally been 45 minutes long, though. It would have been better. Leave in the opening, which is basically the opening of Top Gun. Same music, same shots, essentially. Just instead of F-14s, they're F-18s. So the new movie's kind of like going to the strip club on like a Tuesday afternoon and seeing the C Squad dancing. That's what I think F-18s look like compared to the sexy Friday, Saturday night A Squad strippers that are the F-14s. So leave that section in. A lot of it can be cut out, honestly, and then leaving the F-14 shit at the end. Fantastically well done. Yeah, leave it like that, because basically it's Ace Combat the movie. Don't know if you've ever played the game Ace Combat, but the mission, the top-down maps, the flying through the canyons to avoid the SAMs, all that shit, that's all missions you do in Ace Combat. So it was Ace Combat the movie, but it was well done. It was well done. Any channel Sylvia or Samuel watch that you don't like? Well, I don't know what Samuel watches, really. Sylvia, she watches like Murder, Makeup, and Mystery channel, where this girl teaches you how to do makeup while she talks about real-life crime and stuff. Sylvia's into real-life crime stuff. I don't hate that channel. I just never really watched it. She kind of watches stuff on her own on her iPad when she's downstairs and I'm upstairs, so I don't really know everything she's subscribed to. Casey Stewart, I liked his latest F-14 with newer missiles taking on the flankers and him beating them with the Tomcat. I have not seen that one yet. Oh, yes. The next one is Good Bad Flicks, which is also, well, it used to be called Good Bad Flicks. but now it's called Weird Movies with Mark. This channel's fantastic. This guy is hilarious, and he lives in Toronto. He lives literally like an hour and a half from me. But he does a lot of B movies and stuff as well, just doing reviews, kind of poking fun at them. And he does such a fantastic job. He does some really good skits, and he's just a funny guy. So Weird Movies with Mark, check it out. Next up is Trek Culture. We all know about Trek Culture. I actually don't watch 50% of their stuff. I kind of avoid a lot of it because I don't want it to influence what we say. But I love Sean Ferrick. He's been on our channel a few times. He's a great guy. I love Bronzy. I can't remember the rest of his name, but Bronzy. And then their editor, Chris Thompson, as well. I'm friends with Chris Thompson and Bronzy. We've played Call of Duty, Modern Warfare together. Good guys. And Sean Ferrick's great. I can't say anything bad about Trek Culture, except that they're owned by What Culture, which is a huge company, and that would explain why their views are, and their subscribers, Marcus Bronzy, thank you, why their views are through the roof and why their subscriber count is so high. And they're coming up to 250,000 subscribers. Once they hit that, they'll be releasing a video, and both Samuel and myself are in that video. I've been in 3 Trek Culture videos. One is just a kind of funny little cameo thing. It was about the motion picture. One about the things we love about Star Trek. Both me and Samuel are in that one. And then, yes, it's 250,000 one. And then there was another one. I recorded a little bit of a thing about the Gorn from Starfleet Battles for them. But I don't think they ever ended up making that video. So Casey Stewart says that Junkman. Yeah, I like Darren. Junkman's a good guy. Again, his pronunciation really annoys me sometimes, but hey, it is what it is. Everybody has their things that annoy them. But he has really fantastic content. Very creative guy, very clever, fantastic ideas. He has like 2 videos a day. He's a hard worker. He's one of the hardest working YouTubers I know. Yeah, some of his videos are just kind of simple, and there's the odd mistake here and there or whatever, but that's what's kind of endearing about it. I absolutely love that. So yeah, he's probably on this list somewhere, but you jumped in with him there. So Matt Boardman, who doesn't love a good Captain Foley hangout? I mean, I'm sure somebody doesn't love it. Danny Gonzalez, he's one of the other guys that hangs out with Drew Gooden. They're basically, they seem like twins almost. They got the same kind of content, same kind of look. So, oh yeah, and there's Junkman right there, right underneath that. So yeah, Junkman used to be the Star Wars Junkman. Now he's just the Junkman. And he talks about old Star Wars toys, retro toys. New York and Vegas says, I hate this. I'm having a miserable time. I'm sorry. You can leave if you want. I know you're responding to Matt's comment. I get it. No, Junkman's good. We've talked quite a few times. I've been in some of his videos. I like helping him out. He's a good guy, good channel. Takes on Retroblasting, Michael French, and Analog Toys as well, which I enjoy their content too. I like Retroblasting's content, a lot of it, when he's not bitching. That's a tough one for me. Analog Toys I have no problem with. I like that guy. He's down in Australia. But yeah, Michael French on Facebook and social media can be a bit much sometimes. And the funny thing is, I see a lot of myself in him. If I hadn't had kids, which I never wanted kids, by the way, if I never had kids, I think I would have been a lot like Michael French is now. And it kind of makes me, I see a lot of similarities in us. Even the way he dresses now is how I used to dress back in the day. And that lasted for a long time. I never thought I would dress any other way, but yeah, I want to like Michael French. I want to like Retroblasting. I do enjoy a lot of their content. And I was going to actually do a video with Retroblasting a few years ago. he was doing Playmates Star Trek video, and I reached out to him and said, would you like help with that? Or can I take part in it in some way? And he's like, yeah, absolutely, I'll write up a little part for you. I never heard back. I reached out a few times since then, and, you know, so that's kind of a bummer, kind of soured me a little bit to him as well. Seemed like a really nice guy, but over the years, like the last little while, he's just been a little bit too snarky. Mr. Sunday Movies, absolutely. Yes, Mr. Sunday Movies is fucking hilarious. They're a caravan of garbage. Lesser Logic, isn't it funny how we find people that we can see ourselves in? It's definitely not everyone. Yeah, if I wouldn't have had kids and been tempered by kids and kind of became more bitter, and I'm pretty bitter sometimes, I can be, but I think I've learned to tone things down, and, you know, I've changed my persona quite a bit. I used to be really uptight about a lot of stuff, and now I'm doing this. I would never have done this. I didn't smoke anything till I was like 34, I think. I was so against it, to the point where I thought that every hundredth cigarette that a cigarette company puts out should be lethally laced with poison. So you're gambling your life every time you buy smokes or light up a smoke. Just because I was an asshole. Yeah, I've mellowed out a lot. Yeah, so. And I didn't mean that literally, like that somebody should die. I just thought, you know, that's just something I would say just to be an asshole. So anyway, moving on. Like I said, I like Retroblasting. I like his content mainly. Like, he does really high quality videos. But, you know, something to be said about a social media presence. So it's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. And if he hears this, he's going to come after me. I guarantee it. He's going to try to belittle Trekyards and my name, and, you know, I can't say anything negative about him. You can't disagree with him because he just goes after you, and it's like, oh, fuck's sakes. So him and the Junkman have had an ongoing feud for quite a while. But anyway, Junkman likes stirring up the shit and it's causing controversy. I don't. I don't at all. Next up is Cinnamon Toast Ken. He's done some collabs with PewDiePie and what's the other guy? He does a lot of his videos with another YouTuber, big guy. But they do the same thing. They watch shows like Dr. Phil. They watch shows like Wife Swap and stuff, and they just have a running commentary and kind of make fun of it. So, yeah, Cinnamon Toast Ken. He used to be in the States. He moved to Australia quite a while ago. So, Toy Polloy, a fantastic channel. He's also in the UK, I believe, but he restores vintage toys. He gives you techniques and talks about collecting them as well. But a lot of how to fix vintage toys. Retroblasting does a lot of that as well, which I really appreciate, like how to bleach, you know, how to use hydrogen peroxide, or I forget the name of the actual product that you can use to change old white paint that's yellowed into white again, you know, things like that, and how to fix arms on old figures. So Toy Polloy is really good. He's really good at showing you how to restore old stuff. Very easy to listen to, great collection of stuff as well. So yeah, there we go, Toy Polloy. Next is Dead Meat, which somebody mentioned earlier, with the kill counts. Taking a look at all our favorite horror movies, racking up the kills, and then selecting the best kill and all that. Really fun channel. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff lately either. Every now and then, around Halloween, he'll come up and I'll check out quite a few of his videos in a row or whatever. Again, very entertaining, very well edited, very well put together. I really appreciate what he does. So, next up is Mr. Sunday Movies, which was mentioned by New Yorker in Vegas. Drama can be destructive, yes. I started smoking when Van Halen came out in '84. New Yorker in Vegas says, Jesus, I think that about the cigarette thing. I used to be so opposed to smoking. I used to be such a tight ass. I was such a I've mellowed out a lot. Congratulations, Cody. That's awesome. 1 year with not smoking weed. Awesome. Anyway, what are we going back to? Mr. Sunday Movies. Ah, yes. Caravan of Garbage. They're fucking hilarious, those two guys. And I'm jealous of them, man. They look fucking good. You never see them really in their videos, but when you do, it's like, you guys look fantastic. I wish I had looked that good at that age. And they're hilarious. They're funny as hell. So yeah, Mr. Sunday Movies, can't recommend them highly enough. The Fwoosh. He's like a carpetbagger guy. He goes around looking at sites for movies and stuff and shows you where scenes were filmed and gives you histories on the filming of certain movies. Really fun and entertaining to watch. The Dave Cullen Show. I think he's another Phantom Menace guy. He's always got an animated redhead guy holding a mug, different facial expressions or whatever, talking about fucking wokeness and, the Disney's destroying Star Wars and Marvel movies suck and all this. And again, I don't agree with 40% of what he says I might agree with, but most of it I just absolutely just do not agree with. But again, so well articulated, so well written, so well thought out, such great critical analysis most of the time that I can't help but listen to it because it gives me a different insight. And again, very well edited, put together videos, although I really have a problem. With people that are out there, especially in the Phantom Menace community, that bitch and whine and harp about every fucking thing, yet you never see their face. Dave Cullen, RobotHead, Doomdick, Penispecker, whatever the fuck his name is, Doomcock. Miniatures guys, yeah. So they never show their face. I'm out here showing my face, giving my opinion. If you don't like it, you know what I look like. I don't hide behind a mask. I can't stand people that do that or hide behind a little animated avatar of themselves in their videos. It's kind of fun and cool, and especially for some videos, you must be really ashamed of the way you look if you have to do that. I mean, even Mr. Sunday Movies, the one guy has a goat head and a Han Solo body as his avatar, and he's like a good-looking dude. It's like, what the fuck, man? But at least they show their faces. So yeah, I have a real problem with people that don't show their faces. I think it's fucking hypocritical and just a fucking asshole. What's a good Canadian cigarette? I have no fucking idea. I don't smoke cigarettes. And when I say I started smoking, I had smoked cigars, like small cigars. And then that started to aggravate the cough that I naturally have occasionally. So I switched to these, which taste fucking delightful and wonderful and so many different good flavors. And they also are much easier on my throat. So, but I also don't have an addictive personality. Like, I can go a long time without this, or I can actually just quit. I just can quit. I just don't have an addictive personality, so. Everybody says that, I know. Don't believe me then, I don't care. The Marvel hate is both justified and overblown. Yes, Phase 4 has been underwhelming, but the hate gets so tiresome. It's always the same, woke, woke, woke. Yeah, that's the thing. It's always the same fucking thing. All the time. The same rumors, the same... this character's awful because they're woke. This character's awful because they're woke. This storyline makes no sense. It's like, yeah, sure, the Phase 4 stuff isn't great. Like, I did not enjoy Thor: Love and Thunder. I did not enjoy the new Black Panther. But for different reasons. I will not bash them. I will say I'll say what I didn't like about them, but I won't call wokeness. I won't say they shouldn't have a woman doing that or whatever, because that's just the dumbest fucking closed-minded, pin-headed fucking shit you could ever... And call it woke. It's fucking progressive, all right? That just fucking irks me to my core. But anyway, that's the argument that everything that they talk about hinges on, and it gets old really quick. That's why I stopped following Doomcock, because he's just same shit, same shit, same shit, same shit, recycled, rehashed. Blech. fucking verbal diarrhea. Anyway, and nothing positive in sight, not one good thing, and nothing is, as cinema says, nothing is without sin. Nothing is also without good aspects to it as well. That's why Trekyards here we point out the good and the bad in all Star Trek, everything. No Star Trek is perfect. Nothing is perfect. And we look at both and we just kind of give you the critical analysis. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent there. That should be a fucking rant alarm video right there, talking about woke. And anybody that still watches Doomcock, like, I don't understand. I have friends that do not agree with him, and I'm not going to call anybody out, but they're like, I have a Doomcock diploma, or I joined the fucking Doomcock club, or whatever the fucking certificate shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, he's a smart guy for doing what he did. He's a smart guy for focusing on the hate and making fuck tons of money out of it. But it's to the point where it's become myopic because it's all they fucking do. And yeah, it gets the views, it gets the clicks. And I don't understand why people keep clicking it. People love to see hate. They love to see that kind of shit. I don't understand it. So, I don't agree with anything he says, but, you know, I'm still a good supporter of him. He's a good guy. It's like, I know I've said that RobotHead, the Dave Cullen show, and Critical Drinker, I don't really agree with, but those are three entertaining guys, and they don't always focus on the hate. Critical Drinker says a lot of good, positive things. They all do, actually. Like I said, it's the well-written, well-articulated, well-thought-out ones that I'll listen to. It's Doomcock who just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the guy, but... And we have a bit of a history because I talked to him quite a while ago, a few years ago, about something, because he called out Trekyards in one of his videos, and I talked to him to confront him about it, and kind of came to a bit of an understanding for a while, but I just had to let it go. I had to let it drift away. I didn't attack him. I didn't do anything. I still don't attack him. I just, whenever it's brought up, I'm just kind of like, there's a reason he's one of the only, like, 2 or 3 channels that I've ever unsubscribed from. Anyway, let that go. Next up on the list is Salty Trekker. Used to be Anti-Trekker. Now, this guy's a good friend of mine. I like Michael. He's a good guy. He is also super intelligent and super fair with his opinions. He was kind of part of the Fandom Menace, but he didn't agree with, like, most of what they were saying on the panels that he was on. So he's kind of, like, been cast aside from them, but he still, like, supports Doomcock. He's one of those guys that has a Doomcock certificate. He was there since the beginning of Doomcock, and so I don't understand that, but he is a really good guy. I really enjoy listening to his lives. He has people on, they talk. He's a very good guy. I've been on his channel a few times. I really enjoy Salty Trekker. I want to meet him someday. I think he's a good guy, and I consider him a friend. So, yeah, Salty Trekker. I think he's actually live right now, doing a live. So, there you go. Matt Borman, I honestly don't know how those people function with all the negativity in their life. I know, right? Cody Michaels, Hollywood is gonna Hollywood. It's all about the dollar. Vote with that and shut up. Yeah, I'm here for a good Foley rant. I'm sure most people would be down for that. Sam Gill says, I found out the best anxiety medication is Dr. McCoy's secret ingredient in his beans. Bourbon? Tennessee whiskey. Care for a snort? Cullen has been hammering the woke thing recently. Yeah, a little too much. Like, that's what I mean. I mean, some of the videos I enjoy more. Other ones, it's like, Salty's content has gone downhill, in my opinion. I loved his Picard breakdowns, though. He also does some really great videos, though. At least he used to. He's got health problems and stuff, though, so I don't begrudge him at all for his content. Maybe not being what it was. Him and Piano Dan have come up with some really good songs. Like, when we first started watching his channel, he had his box. He had a little streamer on the bottom with talking about his subscribers and little funny things, and then he'd have the different super chat tiers that when you hit one, you got an animation, and his son does like it was a really entertaining channel. And I just got to know him that way. And I showed up one day, and he's like, "Trekyards, is it really Trekyards?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And so I was kind of like the celebrity of that live, which felt nice, I gotta admit. And then I just went back, and every time I pop over there, it's like, "Hey, Captain Foley." And we've like I said, me and Michael, or Salty Trekker, have become friends since, at least I consider him a friend. And I love chatting with him or going on his show every once in a while. Hail Kuroga. No, death to Kuroga. Hail Turtistan. But anyway, yeah, and like there's a lot of good people over there. Life with Matthew, Bird of Prey 5, Daniel's Hot Topics, who's usually in our chat here. A lot of good people over there. So yeah, Salty Trekker's a good guy. If he's very fair about his opinion. The things he gripes about are legitimate gripes that he has, some of which I agree with, some of which I don't. But the way he articulates it and doesn't just bash people for not having the same opinion as him, I really respect that 100%. So yeah, and I make fun of him for being negative all the time with everything. It's just a kind of inside joke we have, but I would just definitely suggest checking out Salty Trekker. He is a good person. He really is. Next on the list is today I found out, again, just interesting weird facts. Don't know what else to say about that. Matt Barman says, I think you should have me on sometime. Yes, I would love to. I just got to find a way to do it, because I don't use my computer with OBS. I could use Streamlabs, I suppose, and send you the link and come in that way. Streamlabs is a good way to do things, actually. Or Streamyards, not Streamlabs. Streamyards. I've just never, I've wanted to have Junkman on. I've wanted to have, there's a really great author over in England, Emily Inkpen is her name, and her real name is Inkpen, and she's a fantastic sci-fi author that wrote the Dex Legacy. I want to have her on sometime. The interview thing's kind of doesn't scare me necessarily. I just don't have the good. I can't do it on my computer. I'd have to do it on here, so I'd have to use probably Streamyards. But I don't know. I've just never dived in on that, and I probably should. But I would love to have you on sometime, Matt. Absolutely, 100%. Cody Michaels, maybe Trekyards should have Salty on more. The debate on First Contact was good. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I'm not one for debates, honestly. I'm usually one when somebody starts like saying that you're wrong or whatever. I'll say my part, I'll say my piece, and then I'll just kind of leave it. I don't go back and forth generally. I don't like confrontation. I don't like that kind of stuff. And a lot of times when I go over to Salty's channel and he's doing a live, he's like, Captain Foley, you should come on up. The link's in the chat there. And I'm like, but he's got like 3 other people on with him, 2 of which I can't fucking stand for whatever reason. And I hate the group chats. I really do, because, and every time I go on one, I'm very quiet. Like, why are you so quiet all the time? Because I'm not really I'm generally in real life, I'm a quiet person because I'm an introvert. Like when I do these lives, I have to talk. I can't have dead air. And this is kind of like my inner monologue in my head. This is how I am with friends some of the time. But I hate being overtalked, and I hate overtalking people. And with the delays that are on like StreamYards and stuff, it's a very small delay, but it's still a delay. And and most of the people don't have their fucking camera on. They just got their fucking avatar. It's like you can't see what they're doing. You can't see when they're about to speak. I hate that. If it's one-on-one, I'm more likely to do it, but whatever. Project Achiever, yeah, bring Salty on Trekyards. He's been on Trekyards a few times. Me and Samuel have had a few debates with him. We've also had Lore Reloaded on, which Wondering if Flow Reloaded's even on my list. Let's see. We've had people on. We've had Salty Trucker on a few times, so. Beam me up, Mr. Scott says, I just like the Salt Tribe. Is that what they're calling themselves now? Wow. Not nice people in my experience. I disagree. I mean, some of the viewers and the people that go on to talk to him, I would agree with you, actually. That's why I said there's some people on that when they're on there, I just don't want to go on because I don't want to get in a fucking screaming match with them because they just frustrate the fuck out of me. But me and Anti-Trekker, or Salty Trekker, we can talk back and forth even if we don't agree, and we still respect each other. So, Salty's a good guy. Some of the people that watch him might not be. I don't know. I don't know who you're referring to specifically. I don't have a problem with most of them, but there's the odd one here and there that just annoy the piss out of me. And yeah, now they're going to watch this, and it's going to get sent over to Salty's, and that Captain Foley says he hates us all, and that's not the case, for the record. And I'm sorry you have that opinion. Beam me up, Mr. Scott. I'm sorry. I know Salty pretty well, and I'm sad to hear that, actually. So don't hold it against me. Hopefully, hopefully we have good people over here. But Danny Jensen, Starfleet Debris was the first sci-fi reviewer I saw. I don't think I've seen any of his stuff. Stress is too tiring. Indeed. Mark says, hello everyone, just got home from the movies. Cool, what'd you see? Beam me up, Mr. Scott says, I don't know who Salty Trekker is. Sorry to be confusing. Oh shit. It's all good. I don't have ill feelings. So I just... Alright, so Salty Trekker crew, that wasn't about you, I guess. I don't know. Now I'm confused. Joshua Farrow, what's up, Cap? Having a good night so far? Yes. Ooh, Mark saw Violent Night. I was going to ask if that's what it was. That's one I want to see. Cody Michaels, does that happen a lot? Things getting back to people? No, not really. I mean, there's a lot of crossover between his channel and our channel, and all the spin-off channels that kind of follow both of us, like DJ Odyssey and Daniel's Hot Topics and Mr. Brainy Specs and Life with Matthew and so many others. Most of them kind of tune in here and there and are on the lives, and it's usually played for laughs if something gets over there. A lot of times we'll both be doing a live at the same time. Like I think he's doing one right now, and they'll see that I'm on, and they'll watch some of the live and comment on it while I'm doing it. And then some of the people will come over to my live chat and say, hey, Salty sent us over or whatever, and they have a Salty raid. Jay Aldridge, I like Salty Trekker's church life on Sundays. I was going to say that to you, Jay. I know that you're quite into the church and stuff, and so is Michael. I haven't watched a lot of his church life ones. It's not really my thing, but he's a good guy. So, yeah, I'm glad you enjoy that. It was good. I mean, you can tell what kind of movie it was, but it's good. Really, Matt? Sorry to hear that, man. All right, moving right along. Still a lot on the list. Don't know if we'll get to them all. We'll have to see. Resurrected Starships, another great guy. He does some fantastic work, kind of outlining battles in Star Trek. He also makes his own 3D models. He's in his own version of the TOS Connie, as well as the Klingon D7. He's been on our channel as well before. We love helping out smaller channels. So Resurrected Starships, great guy. Love his videos. Very well done. Very well put together. Space Dock is another one. Space Dock, when Space Dock started out, we had been doing Trekyards for a while. We had Daniel from Space Dock on our channel to help us, to help him, a smaller channel. So there's a few videos with Space Dock as well, and then he blew the fuck up and got a fuck ton of subscribers and just fucking left us in the dust and just never looked back to say anything about us. So thanks. Bye. But it's weird because I like Daniel. He's a good guy. He doesn't even do the channel anymore. The channel's still around, but other people are working on it. He never wanted to do it, but it proved popular, so he kept doing it, got super successful as a result of it. And now he's doing what he wants to do, which is write, I believe. I think he's a writer. So moral of the story is don't help small channels smaller than you because they're going to outdo you. And he's going to... And it's not the first channel we've helped that was smaller than us and then fucking latched on to hate or whatever and became a clickbaity channel. And now they're like well over 100,000 subs and they have nothing to say. And it's sad when we work our asses off, actually have an opinion that isn't just based on a fucking argument like being woke. And we've been referred to as criminally undersubscribed to on YouTube. Because we kind of piss off the shills and we kind of piss off the haters. We're in the middle. We're called the neutral zone, the neutral zone of YouTube sometimes. But yeah, you'll see comments that were shills and that were haters all in the same video. Right above and below each other. These guys are shills. They're getting paid by CBS to promote this discovery crap. And the next video is like, why do you guys hate this show so much? It's like, because you fucking assholes only hear what you want to hear. You only hear your own fucking ideology and you fucking lock onto it. And anything against it is like, oh, these guys are assholes. So, whatever. Whatever. Subscriber count thing annoys the fuck out of me. We should be well over 100,000 by now. Going back a few years, 2-3 years, the day that our sub count dropped by like 6,000 subscribers in one day because YouTube. And since then, it's been a slow fucking climb. The algorithm doesn't like our channel. So, whatever. We're going to keep slugging away at it, doing what we do, doing what we love, and being the people we always have been. People with fucking integrity. So, we're going to be here. Half Screen is a good channel. One of the wrench wielders could post some links to these channels. Yeah, our good wrench wielder isn't here, so fuck. No offense to Sci-Fi Nation or Matt, but you guys, like Fleet Paw's good at just finding the links and sharing the stuff. Resurrected has the best Star Trek versus Star Wars videos. Samuel Gill, they had a space launch at the Cape this afternoon. Our future Star Trekking. Beat Me Up Scotty says, my creativity has been stifled as well. I hear ya. Sci-Fi Nation, hey, how's it going? I feel your pain, Cap. Sci-Fi Nation, he'll probably get the word out to Salty Trekker that we were talking about him. It's good to get it out, man. Yeah, but the actual people that work on Trek watch Trekyards. Yeah, actually, I was going through some old pictures on my phone today, and I got a screen cap from John Eves when Discovery started, before Discovery started, actually, that says all the people in the production department are watching your Trekyards review on the Discovery Alpha, which is the one that came out at San Diego Comic-Con, the little trailer that didn't turn out to be the real ship, but they were watching the Trekyards stuff in the production office. And yeah, people that matter watch Trekyards, but unfortunately it doesn't equal subscribers, so. Jay Aldridge, we love your channel. Thank you. I appreciate all you guys as well. So, beat me up, Mr. Scott. Word of the day, integrity. Matt is like, hey now. What do you mean, hey now? Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Cody Michaels, that's crazy because your opinions have always been clear to me. That's good. Sci-Fi Nation, I'm not so good at finding links on the fly. Sorry. Yeah, that's okay. Matt Borman, I just only got here, so I don't know everyone that you've mentioned. That's fine. Don't worry, Matt. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't being insulting, Matt. You're one of our best mods, too. Honestly, Matt Boardman and Fleetpaw are the two best mods that we have. No offense, Sci-Fi Nation, but you're maybe here 20% of the time. But that's all cool. Anybody that has a wrench has earned it, and so yeah. Kit 10K. If the algorithm doesn't like your channel, then fuck the algorithm. So then, and I don't like it. Oh my God, Cap! I started belting out the same time you did. Quality over quantity, except Trekyards delivers both. Oh yeah, well. Yeah, the purge hit my friend as well. It seems YouTube has been purging a lot of inactive accounts from sub boxes, but it seems there's a lot of room for error. People tweeting saying they got unsubbed. Yeah, many people that have been subscribed to us for years all of a sudden message me saying, I just found out I was unsubbed from your channel. I don't know when it happened. I'm like, well, then resubscribe for fuck's sakes. Yeah. You're not the worst mod, Paul. You're just never here, so you can't be the worst mod if you're never here. All right, let's move on. So after Resurrected Starships, it's Aussie Man Reviews. Now, if you haven't watched Aussie Man Reviews, you are missing out. He's an Australian, and he's fucking hilarious. He does voiceovers for like cat videos or whatever kind of videos, and they're hilarious. Aussie Man Reviews. Everybody knows Aussie Man Reviews. Sci-Fi Nation says, I have Daniel's Hot Topics tell me he's unsubscribed every single time he comes to his show. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't get any notifications for your fucking channel at all. So, yeah, there's not much to say about Aussie Man Reviews. He's just fucking hilarious. Got a stupid baseball cap with like a wig underneath. Fucking hilarious. He is a fantastically funny man. I can't say anything else about him. He's fantastic. Next up under him is Mr. Gigi. Mr. Gigi. This guy is super intelligent and very well spoken, and he does critical analysis of stuff. He also does movie reviews, like the worst Netflix movies and stuff like that. Very funny guy. I really enjoy watching him. He's talked about, some experiences he's had as a YouTuber with sponsors, and it's really helped me anyway. So fantastic guy, Mr. Gigi. I found him not that long ago. I mean, maybe 2 years ago, but fantastically funny. So next up is Cosplay Chris. Holy shit, I even forgot I was subscribed to Cosplay Chris. It's not Mr. Who, it's Mista, M-I-S-T-A, space, capital G, Mr. Gigi. We're not recommending YouTube personalities. I'm just talking about people that I watch and why I watch them. So Cosplay Chris, he's another Australian. Fantastic cosplayer. He teaches you how to make cosplay costumes. Teaches you how to make custom collectibles. Like you buy like a $12 action figure and turn it into something that looks like it costs $60 with like a stand and base, and repaints it. He's really fantastic, and I haven't seen anything from him in forever. I bet you any money I'll go and check and I'll be unsubscribed from him, which would piss me right the fuck off. But Cosplay Chris, yeah. Geeks. Hello, geeks and geekettes. Yeah. He's a good guy. Next up, of course, is Major Grin. You all know about Major Grin. He does Star Trek videos, really short ones, but it shows the stupidity of like current shows or the things that they get wrong or mistakes. Major Grin is funny without really doing much. So, Cosplay Chris is a genius with figures. Hell yeah. Do you ever listen to The Seventh Rule? No. It's Major Grin. Then the Spiffing Brit. Spiffing Brit. He talks about how to use the YouTube landscape to your advantage. Tips and tricks for YouTube and stuff. Very funny as well. The Spiffing Brit. So yeah, not much else to say about him. Next up is one of my favorite people in the history of mankind, Mr. Michael Mercy. He is a Canadian YouTuber. He lives very near to me as well, about 45 minutes, and then he moved, so now he's about an hour away. But he's come over, he's hung out with me a few times. I've gone over him and another YouTuber named Jay Bartlett, who I also highly recommend. They're into old toys, 80s toys. Michael Mercy has what he calls his 80s museum. There's like a room in his house that looks like a Toys R Us. He's got pegboard on the wall. He's got like all his G.I. Joe figures, and he does really fantastic videos. Michael Mercy, Nerd Mistake, most humble, gracious, nice, kindest man that you'd ever want to meet. A fantastic YouTuber. I love the guy. I can't say enough good things about him. Same with Jay Bartlett. He's in London. He is in the same city I am. And it was fantastic to me and Jay and Michael Mercy have done a script reading for Transformers the movie. It was fun going over to Jay's house and hanging out with his toys and hanging out with Michael and Jay and just having a great time. Both highly recommended, and you can't get much better than Southwestern Ontario YouTubers. Come on now. Next up is Cinemassacre, which is just basically a spin-off. It's the company that does AVGN, the Angry Video Game Nerd. They have some spin-off shows, which aren't as good, but they're on the list. So, Corridor Crew. If you guys haven't watched Corridor Crew, you're missing out. These guys focus on special effects and stunts in movies, and they also do a bunch of CGI work as well. They create their own visual effects for famous movies, or they have contests where who can do the best scene or whatever. Corridor Crew is fantastic watch. It's kind of like Mythbusters a little bit almost, but not. It's weird, but really good guys. Really fantastic channel to watch. So. Ooh, Matt shared Michael Mercy's channel. Thank you so much. That's awesome. And Corridor Crew. There you go. Matt's on it. Matt, I don't want you to be like going out of your way to do that. I appreciate it. But we've already gone through like 50 fucking YouTubers, which I'd also recommend, but yeah. Maybe I'll try. Oh, that'd be difficult. Maybe on a I don't know, maybe early next week, when I have some time, I might go through and in the description put a link to everybody I talked about in order on my list. And the ones that we talked about as a side note, I mean, you'll have to find those yourself, I guess. Shoutout 12 did a great retrospective on the Chuck Playmates figures. Don't know if you mentioned them. Haven't watched them, so... Samuel Gill, I thank you and Samuel for Trekyards. Myself and 4 others thank you too for Trekyards. Yourself and 4 others, so we have 5 fans. Thank you, Sam. So Corridor Crew, fantastic. Highly recommended. Very entertaining videos. Filmento just talks about old movies and kind of gives you the history on them. That's all I have to say. I haven't watched a Filmento video in a while, so I can't really remember specifically the structure of the videos, but very good. Next up is Steve Wallace. Yes, Steve Wallace, a Canadian outdoorsman, camper, stealth camper guy from the West Coast. Fucking entertaining guy. Unfortunately, I had a really string of bad luck. His wife died, and kind of had to put his channel on hold as a result. But apparently, I've just heard tonight that he's cranking out new videos. But Steve Wallace is a fantastically nice guy. It's a shame that something like that happened to him. Him and his wife are both pretty young. They just celebrated their anniversary, their 5-year wedding anniversary, and then he hit 1 million subscribers like a week or two later, and then literally another week or two after that. So I think with their 1st or 5th year wedding anniversary, I can't remember which. Anyway, wedding anniversary in August, then like 2 weeks later, they had their 1 million subscriber thing. She was off camera. She was talking. He always called her beautiful wife in the videos. She never wanted to be in the videos because she was a teacher, didn't want her face out there. But she was congratulating him, and they were kind of flirting back and forth. It was kind of nice to see. And then literally like 2 weeks after that, get a video from him saying, I won't be doing videos for a while. On Saturday night, me and my wife both crawled into bed, and on Sunday morning, only one of us crawled out. She just passed away in her sleep. So I feel really bad for the guy, but his videos are always so fun to watch. I'm kind of concerned about watching one of his new ones because I don't know how I'll feel about it. Just knowing what's happened, it's Steve Wallace. He does a lot of stealth camping videos, like camping in places that he shouldn't, but they're really fun to watch. They're really entertaining. And Jonah Frund, The Lost Arts, throws in a $50 super chat. Oh my God. That's the first one of the night. I can't believe it's the first one of the night when I've got $20 shots on the table. I guess I'll have to have 2 shots. I won't do 2.5 because I don't want to die immediately anyway. But thank you. And the super chat says, oh, before I forget, I wanted to wish y'all happy holidays and offer thanks for making content I'm always excited to tune into as soon as I finish the latest episodes. I'm glad to see Ship Designs focused on so much, so I super appreciate all you do. Wow, that is so generous. Thank you so much. Cheers to you, my friend. That is amazing. Sylvia and myself just watched this tonight, T2. And the reason we watched it because we're just watching X-Files, and season 8 and 9 have John Doggett, who is played by Robert Patrick. So anyway, side note there, but cheers. Thank you so much. That is a kind comment. Amazing. Thank you. And for everybody that's here right now that might have missed it, Sylvia and myself will be doing a live this weekend, which will be like a truth or drink. So anyone that super chats in a question, if we don't want to answer it, we have to take a drink. But if you want to know the truth about something, we can answer it truthfully. It's like truth or dare, but different. Like, I think you get the premise. So that's my second shot now. And guys, if you can super chat, please do. Yeah, nobody's been super chatting. I guess I'm talking too much. I don't know. Cheers. And just for the record, I'm drinking Peach Crown Royal. It's very good. So again, thank you, Jonah Frund, or The Lost Arts. Grant McGregor, I won't be doing much supers for a little while. I had to freeze my credit card as I saw a purchase I didn't recognize. No problem. Sorry to hear that. That's kind of shitty. War God 6, beaming aboard, just watching some YouTube. My favorite Trek channels before bed. Before bed, brother coming down from Stratford or Strathroy tomorrow. I always get the two mixed up. St. Ratford or Strathvegas, as we call them. But say hi to your brother for me. JRR24 says bonjour. John Froon says, also as an aside, it's pronounced John New Froend. John New Froend. But of course, I'm glad to help out. Well, thank you. Sorry I mispronounced it. I apologize. John New Fruend. John New Fruend. Is that correct? John New Fruend? But thank you. Samuel Gill, you ever see the movie Late for Dinner about two guys getting froze? No. Noel. Bonjour. Cody Michaels. Yeah, I'm out of work at the moment. I always feel... Don't feel bad. Absolutely do not feel bad. Real life comes first. Don't... Still didn't get it in the end, but it's cracking me up, laughing my ass off. All right, thank you, The Lost Arts. There you go. I'll just call you that. I was trying. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anybody. Anyway, so Steve Wallace, watch him. What culture wrestling and what culture Star Wars? Also trying to Trek culture. The what culture channels are pretty good. I like their formats. They got money behind them. It shows. Yeah, I won't say much about those ones. DFH Studios. This is a good friend of mine, Dell, and he does really good content. Not so much on YouTube anymore. He's more on TikTok now, but he does a lot of character impersonations like Al Pacino, Jim Carrey, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Eddie Murphy, Sacha Baron Cohen as Borat. He has a lot of really entertaining stuff. Really super talented guy. He got very discouraged by YouTube because he wasn't getting the numbers or the revenue that he wanted. Thought he should stop doing what he was doing. I said, no, you're fucking entertaining. Keep going. And he's got, I don't know how many followers on TikTok now. So hopefully he's doing well. He tunes in every once in a while to say hi. So almost ready for the holidays. Yeah, almost ready. We've got a lot of our stuff early. So moving on, CWmoine. We talked about him a little earlier. He's a former Air Force pilot. And very entertaining to watch. He has a thing called Mover. His call sign when he was a pilot was Mover. So Mover ruins movies. He talks about, he watches a movie or a game about fighter pilots and breaks down what's right and what's wrong about them. Good guy, a little bit. Every now and then he's kind of irritates me, but generally he's a good guy. His favorite saying is make them tell you no. So keep pushing to do something until somebody actually tells you to stop and says no, you're not doing that. Oh, Matt's right on it. Matt, you don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. I feel like I busted your balls and now you're trying to make up for it. Oh, I'm sorry. Next up is JonTron. If you haven't watched JonTron, I don't know what the hell to tell you. JonTron is fucking hilarious, and he's been around forever. His videos are so awesome, especially his Star Wars series where he talks about all the Star Wars games that are ever made, and it's like a multi-part series. It's so well done. He's got props, he's got backgrounds, he puts a lot of production time in. JonTron is hilarious. JonTron, man. JonTron, come on now. Ward Carroll is next. Ward Carroll is also great. He is a former Rio, or radar intercept officer from an F-14, and he talks about F-14s. It's kind of what his channel is. Talks about the history of F-14s, Top Gun. He has fighter pilots on. The last video I watched of his, he had an F-14 pilot that was in multiple squadrons, came on and played DCS, the flight combat simulator, or digital combat simulator, whatever the D stands for, but it's a flight simulator, with the Tomcat, and it's the most accurate, most realistic Tomcat flying experience there is for a simulator. And it was great watching this F-14 pilot talk us through each thing. He landed the simulation on a carrier. He did a whole bunch of stuff. It was fantastic. Ward Carroll is a fantastic channel. Do you watch YouTube more than regular TV or streaming? Yes. I almost never watch regular TV anymore. Almost never. We stream a lot of shows that we used to watch on TV, and we also stream a lot of documentaries and like series like X-Files and stuff like that. So yeah, I watch YouTube pretty much every night for a few hours. I'll watch my favorite, whatever comes up, right? So F-14, can't imagine why you'd like that channel, Cap. Why are you so against 90s stuff? I'm not against 90s stuff at all. I like a lot of 90s stuff. I just find a lot of 90s stuff. The end of the 90s is where shit started to get bad. Cartoons kind of went downhill and became simplistic and stupid. I don't know. No, I like a lot of 90s stuff. Just the 80s stuff is 1,000 times superior. So that's just the way it is. But I'm not against 90s stuff. A lot of it I don't like. Next up is Brandon Tenold. He's another movie reviewer. He does a lot of Godzilla movies, a lot of B-horror movies. He has a good Patreon fan base. So his Patreon suggests videos for him to watch, and they're usually B movies or science fiction, like bad science fiction movies. He's from another Canadian YouTuber. He's from Saskatchewan. Very entertaining to watch again. Funny guy. I don't know what else to say. He's good. So that is Brandon Tenold. Brandon and then Tenold. Fuck, Matt is on top of it. Matt, you're getting a raise. Fleetpaw's not here to get a raise tonight. Matt is getting a raise of 66%. That's an order. I order 66% more money than I pay you now. Curtis Simpkins is here. Hi, Captain. Yeah, when we hit 2,000 TV, that sucked big time. I watch YouTube now and DVDs and Blu-ray. Curtis Simpkins. He has another channel I would highly recommend watching. If you like music, especially Elvis, I would say check him out. Or if you're just a fan of vinyl or records, check out Curtis. Some pretty good videos. I do watch some of Curtis's content. Not all of it, Curtis, but my mom was a huge Elvis fan, so I grew up with Elvis in the house. So Curtis Simpkins is not on my list, but he is now because he showed up, and he is a channel that I do watch from time to time. He's a good friend of the channel, and I highly recommend going and checking him out if you're a fan of Elvis or just learning about LPs or records or specifically Elvis. Go watch him. Can I petition for 69? Oh, I'll give you 69%. Sure. That sounded really dirty. One of the lines we had some back and forth on the 90s cartoons. It was all good. And I think that's where that came from. Yeah, well, just 90s cartoons suck in general. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's probably because of my age. I was just getting older. I was like late teens at that point, and I just had better things to do. And I still didn't get out of toy collecting. I still liked what I liked. I tried to get into some 90s cartoons like Zoids and shit, and I just couldn't do it. I wanted to like it. It was a great premise. The CG animation was cool. I just couldn't get into it. It was weird. What do you think started the 90s downward spiral? I don't know. Just it not being the 80s? I don't know. Thank you, my friend. I'm into CDs these days. Ignore everything I said about records and LPs. If you really like CDs, go over and check out Curtis Simpkin. Check out his channel, especially if you like Elvis. Mark says, I watch YouTube more than TV. Sit here on the porch smoking and YouTube. Cool. Moving on. John, Ward Carroll, Brian Tennell, Joe Scott. Okay, that's when I gotta look up Joe Scott YouTube. What the hell? It's probably been a while since I've watched him. It's on the list, so there's a reason. Joe Scott. YouTube. Notice how I don't have shit on here like Mr. Beast and all that fucking shit. Oh, Joe Scott is the first one of the first ones I talked about. That's Answers with Joe. Yeah, fantastic channel. I don't know why he's on here twice. It's definitely your age. Some of us are millennials or zillennials. Oh, I know that for a fact. Most of you are, 100%. And there is a lot of good stuff from the 90s and 2000s. Absolutely. A lot of it is just not good. I don't know what to tell you. The 80s were just superior. Anyway, moving on. Voxus Productions. Now this is Voxus Productions is funny. He's also kind of like a Phantom Menace one almost, but it's a puppet. Like this old puppet. Like this old British puppet. And he does movie reviews, but he does them in like this crazy old mansion. And I haven't seen one of his in for a long time, actually. And he talks about the woke agenda and shit too, but he's right up there with like Critical Drinker and Dave Cullen. What's the other one? Oh, RobotHead, who I really enjoy watching because they're talented. They write well. They're very articulated, or they're well articulated. But This guy's fucking hilarious. The Vox's Productions ones are funny, even though, like I said, I don't agree with half of what he says. They're entertaining. So yeah, haven't watched one in a while. So Cody says I'm a hairband dude. I am not. 80s music is where it's at. Yeah, a lot of good 80s music, but I'm not a huge music fan. So there's music, there's great music from every decade for sure. So next up is Smack Talk. That sounds like it should be more familiar than it is. I made this list quite a while ago. Smack Talk. Just need a refresher. Hold on a second here. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Vox's Productions and Smack Talk are the same thing. This is the guy. this is the puppet from Smack Talks and Vox's Productions. This is hilarious, watching this puppet like review shit. Anyway, yeah. So they're right under each other. That's why, I guess. So anyway, Captain Disillusion. Oh, Captain Disillusion is fantastic. He is one that basically. He's like a mythbuster for the internet. Any viral videos he breaks down and shows whether they're fake or not. And it's like half his face is painted silver. He's like not human, but he is. He's like it, and he does shows, like he goes to conventions and stuff, and he's got really interactive, cool shows. So Captain Disillusion, I highly recommend checking him out if you haven't. Moving on, I know I'm kind of running out of time, and I want to get through some more of these. Most amazing top 10 lists of like strange creatures or paranormal events, crazy photos, shit like that. Next up is Toy Galaxy. It's Toy Galaxy. They talk about old toys. They talk about old shows. It's fantastic. PSVR Without Parole is just talking about PSVR games. I'm a huge fan of VR, virtual reality, and 3D movies and things. So, yeah, of course I would be into that. Egotastic Fun Time. Huge Orville fan and supporter. And, yeah, Egotastic Fun Time. If you don't know him, you're really missing out. He's a good guy. We actually talked to him. He thought about doing a collaboration at one point. Never really panned out. He agreed to it. We agreed to it, and then it just kind of fell by the wayside. So, Death Battle. What can be said? Death Battle of like famous pop culture heroes and whatever. Death Battle is fantastic. You learn a lot about the villains and the heroes from comic books and movies, and they pit them against each other to see who wins. Don't always agree with the outcomes, but that's the way life is. Pushing Up Roses, highly recommended as well. She's very, very well spoken, and she loves reviewing shows like Murder, She Wrote. She's a huge Murder, She Wrote fan. She also does a lot of Are You Afraid of the Dark content and stuff. Also some Magnum PI and stuff like that. 80s stuff. Generally, but she's a younger girl, but grew up with that because she watched it with her grandmother, and I used to watch Murder, She Wrote with my grandmother and my parents as well. So really love her content, and yeah, Pushing Up Roses, go check her out. Screen Rant Pitch Meeting. If you don't watch Pitch Meeting, I don't know what to tell you. Pitch meetings are hilarious. It's super easy to watch, barely an inconvenience. Look, I'm gonna have to get off my back about that. Let me get off that thing. If you don't watch Pitch Meeting, you're missing out on so much stuff, man. See you later, Sam. Adam Savage's Tested channel, of course. Adam Savage from Mythbusters. Went and visited the Enterprise at the Smithsonian recently. looks at old Star Wars props from the '77 movie, like the film screen used X-wing models, shit like that. Built his own TOS captain's chair. Has his own like C3PO disassembled in the backpack thing. Yeah, Adam Savage. If you don't know Adam Savage, you're wow. What? Matthias. Matthias and his team. What the fuck are they called now? He's got the Dope or Nope show. The Dope or Nope show, not Shope. The Dope or Nope show. Holy fuck. Matthias. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. Matthias. I haven't watched him in a long time either. Again, these just are not coming up in my recommended for whatever reason, because YouTube says, I don't want to show you that. I know you've clicked notifications. I just don't fucking care. Because YouTube is YouTube. Dr. Becky, she is an astronomer, or is she an astrophysicist? Anyway, Dr. Becky, she breaks down like sci-fi movies and scientific terms and the realism of them. And she's cute as hell. So there you go. Marvelous Videos. It's not ringing any bells, but it's on my list. So check out Marvelous Videos for some reason. Joe Santiago. This guy is fucking hilarious. He's just like a stand-up comedian guy. Again, I haven't seen any of his content in a long time either. Ghostbusters News is a good channel as well. If you're into Ghostbusters, anything new but Ghostbusters related coming out, they cover. Rachel Maxey. Rachel Maxey. So Rachel, but Rachel, and then Maxey, Maksy. She's a very attractive redhead who does like vintage costuming, and she's just into vintage stuff like Victorian era and 1920s, 1930s kind of stuff as well. Really good at doing costuming and cosplay and stuff. So, and she's nice. She's easy on the eyes. So, Fun Fact Films kind of speaks for itself. Talks about films and the fun facts that were in the making of the films or behind the scenes or whatever. So there you go. Andrew Gordon, film retrospective. He does really fantastic film retrospectives or series retrospectives on shows. Very well researched. You learn a lot about the production and behind the scenes. Monster Tutorials. This is a guy that basically makes Halloween props and like scary stuff, just with homemade stuff. Shows you how to do it. Nice guy. Does some really good stuff. I really like Halloween and Halloween props. So there you go. Donut Media. These guys are like the car guys. They test. They buy car accessories and stuff off of Wish and test them out on their cars, and they also buy like cheap power tools and test them against like expensive ones, see how they stand up. Really funny, really entertaining guys as well. So if you like car stuff, there you go. Vsauce, everybody knows Vsauce. The Quarantine Bartender. This is my good friend Cliff. He basically teaches how to make drinks. He teaches the history behind the drinks. And he's entertaining as hell, very funny man, and like I said, a good friend of mine. So Oliver Harper, yes, Oliver Harper does fantastic videos. Yes, Cody, absolutely. His retrospectives are fucking great. I was watching one last night on Aliens and Alien 3, and then Predators. So that's 3, not 1, but yeah, I watched this. But Quarantine Bartender, he is now called, what did he change his name to? Hold on, Matt. This one I want you to definitely share because, like I said, he's a friend of mine. Hold on. Quarantine Bartender. And there are a few Quarantine Bartenders. So what did he change his name to? Shit. Sonic Fan 22, happy birthday. How old are you? Good to see you. Have you mentioned Rowan J. Coleman? I'm not sure who that is, so no. I can't remember what Cliff changed his channel name to. God damn it. It's the something bartender, I'm sure. Let me get back to you on that one, Matt. Next up is the Daily Woo. He's the same kind of thing as the Foosh, where Daily Woo is good. He goes to like filming locations for movies and shows you where certain shots were and talks about the history of it. I had it at one point, but I don't remember what he changed it to. Yeah, his name is Cliff. What the hell? Yeah, funny guy. Boogie2988. Everybody probably knows Boogie2988. I enjoy watching the guy sometimes, but he's again controversial at times as well. Who knows? Like Mr. Snowflake, who I mentioned earlier, did a fantastic review of his channel. When the Mask Slips, it's called, and talks about Boogie's history and really breaks down the channel and what happened in Boogie's life and all that. So, but I like Boogie2988. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back through the power of the internet. You know, that guy. But yeah. Some ordinary gamers. They rate games. And George Rockall Schmidt. Again, kind of like critical analysis of movies and things. Curtis Connor, that is the other guy that he hangs out with. Is Curtis Connor, they were mentioned earlier, Danny Gonzalez, and Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, and Curtis Connor. Curtis Connor is fantastic. He's another Canadian as well. But they tour the country, like Canada and the U.S. Together, three of them doing comedy stand-up shows. So, and then last on the list, there's been more since I made this list, but I can't think of them offhand. I'm sorry, my brain's going a little bit dead. So, but last one is Grade A Under A. Now, Grade A Under A made some really funny videos. He's kind of hilarious, and the way they're presented are kind of funny. The first one I would suggest ever watching is Grade A Under A is the channel, but the video is called Girly Drinks versus Manly Drinks. It's fucking hilarious. What got me hooked on his channel. Did some cool stuff, funny stuff. I think it's well made. Well, you know, I love his little cartoon avatars he's got. He got in some shit a few years ago, some YouTube drama, and he hasn't really posted much since, sadly. So I don't know what's going on with him. A lot of people hate him, but I find his videos quite entertaining. And he's got a lot of good older content that still holds up. Like I said, Girly Drinks versus Manly Drinks, that is a fucking hilarious video, and it's like 3 minutes long. I suggest everybody watch it. Kind of give you a sense of the humor that I really enjoy anyway. And happy birthday, Sonic fan. You turned 31 today. That is awesome. Congratulations. Hope you had a great day. And yeah, there you go. All right, well, I'm going to call it there. That is the last one on my list for now. I know there are other channels that I watch, but it was a pretty good rundown of quite a few of them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I sure did. And I would love to talk to you more about these at some point in the future. Started off a bit slow, but quickly picked up, and you guys have been hopefully enjoying it. So if you have, please hit that like button, do the things, you know. I'm surprised I only got one super chat during this. Just one. And I could have been drinking the whole time, doing shots and getting even more wasted. But that's okay. Anyway. Yeah. I just suggest everybody I've mentioned, if you want to go back and watch this video, if you're watching it after the fact, jot down their names, look them up on YouTube, see if you can subscribe, or you know, see if you enjoy their content. I think that would be fantastic. Let me know if I'm an idiot for liking some of them. I don't know. But I know I missed some. I know I missed some. Like, there's no way I couldn't have missed some. There's a lot of shit that I watch. So, oh my God, Matt Boardman throws in $10 and says super chat. Thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. You the man. And thank you for all that you did during this live. That 69% raise, that'll be in your bank account in 2 weeks. But yeah. Yeah, and thank you for sharing the links for a lot of them. I really appreciate that as well. Okay, I'm going to go do a select few real quick. Matt, if you could throw in ones that I mentioned earlier that I really want people to check out if they haven't. I won't do too many. Everybody knows Red Letter Media and Angry Video Game Nerd and Channel Awesome and all those, so that's fine. Game Chasers, I could put that link in. That's games and retro toys, because they also have a spin-off show called Toy Chasers, kind of like Trekyards and Fleetyards. But yeah, I'm going to be closing out here in a minute, so I don't know if you want to look up anymore, but 1 or 2 more links might be appreciated. If you can't, that's cool too. Just let me know. So Game Chasers. Next up would be Cinema Sins, but everybody knows Cinema Sins, so don't share their link. Junkball Media, don't share their link. They're like our competition. Minty Comedic Arts. Comedic Arts. I won't do too many. I'll give you maybe 1 more after this. 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. So the next one is Minty Comedic Arts. Thank you, Matt. Oh my God, you're saving my bacon here. I could probably be doing this myself, but I'm a captain. So next up is Ashens. 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 Stuart Ashens. Yeah, Minty's great. Matt, you're amazing. I love you so much. I highly recommend Ashens for sure. And the last one is the Junk Man. He's been in our chat a few times. I consider him a friend, so that'd be the last one. But I like to help out his channel. If you like Star Wars toys, especially vintage Star Wars toys, he's a channel to check out. He's also got like 2 videos a day. He's a very talented, very creative guy. Makes a lot of mistakes, says a lot of things the wrong way, but that's okay. I forgive him for that. His content is just so bountiful and so clever. So, the Junk Man, or that Junk Man, I can't remember. That Junk Man, there you go. Thank you, Matt. That's great. There was a bunch more, but they're pretty popular, like Joe Blow and Joe Blow Videos, Quentin Reviews, The Critical Drinker, RobotHead, Triangulum Studios, Weird Movies with Mark. Oh, that's the last one. Sorry, I have to put that in. It's either called Good Bad Flicks or Weird Movies with Mark. That'll be the last one. Because he's from Toronto. He's a very funny guy. He doesn't need any more subscribers because he's fucking he's got a big fan base. But I highly recommend him. Canadians are the best. I'm pimping out my Canadian bros here. So, yeah. Good Bad Flicks. Well, there it is. Yep. All right, there we go. There are other ones, but I'm not gonna. There's one more. We're just after the 2-hour mark. Can I ask for one more? Because this one came right before you started sharing, because I think you started sharing it at Michael Mercy. So it's, I hate to do this, Matt, but just one more, and then you'll get a 78% raise. Mista Gigi. Mista, like Mista, and then Gigi, capital Gigi. I enjoy them too much to not spread the word about them. And that'll be it. That'll be it. I'll look at the rest of the list. That'll be it. Please don't hate me, Matt. And don't say that you could never hate me, because that's a lie. I've even closed the list view. Mr. Gigi, there it is. Thank you, Matt. You're a gentleman and a scholar and a judge of fine cars, women, and cigars, from what I can hear, and starships. So thank you so much. Never, always happy to help out. Right? Oh, thank you, man. Much appreciated. You're amazing. You are all amazing. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone that super chatted, all 2 of you. One of which was our moderator, Matt. But really appreciate all of it. Just you guys watching is fantastic. And this has brightened my spirits, being able to share some of the stuff that I enjoy. And hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. If you get the opportunity to promote Trekyards to anybody, or to help anybody about Trekyards or Captain Foley's personal channel, please do so. I would really appreciate that as well. So anyway, until next time, I'm Captain Foley. Thank you for watching. Have yourselves a great night.